Today I'd like to talk a little bit about distractions. This day and age that we're living in right now is the most saturated generation with distractions. And there's a reason for that. We've never been inundated before with so much distractions as we are now. The reason being is because this is the time that the gods are returning. This is the time that is the preparation for the golden age. This is the time that the special ones like you and I are paving the way for the return of glory. The powers that be and the system that currently exists will utterly collapse with the rise of this next wave. So to prevent that and prolong that as much as possible, we are given delights and pleasures for our five senses, and even stresses and troubles. But anything that can be thrown at us to keep us from focusing on improving ourselves and improving our world. It's very crucial and very key to get into the habit and process of meditation as often as possible. Every day would be ideal, but whenever you can fit it into your schedule, but make it a part of your lifestyle. I say that because not because I'm trying to push a religion, but because this can be used as a tool and as a weapon. Okay, you're not just sitting still wasting time, you're sharpening your mind, because a direct result of constant meditation is sharper focus. And in order to transform your reality into the reality that you want, you're going to need focus. You're going to need imagination, you're going to need intent, and you're going to need focus. Okay, if you're younger than me, like if you were born within the last 20 years or so, chances are you have a very short attention span. Hell, if you were born 30 years ago, you probably have a very short attention span. That's just the way that our entertainment and our comfort has trained us to be. We have to break out of that conditioning. Meditation is probably the easiest, best way to do that. Because number one, like I said, you sharpen your focus. And number two, this is key, you can grab a hold of your thoughts better. Because like I said, we drift around in this ocean of thoughts, and there are thoughts being put into your head, And we can get into that in just a minute, but just hear me out. With all these thoughts bouncing around in your mind, it's so easy to become distracted and to latch onto something else. Boom, boom, boom. The monkey mind, swinging from branch to branch, looking for a banana and a nut. That's us, okay? Meditation helps you to tame that monkey and to be yourself and to retain your thoughts and to continue thinking your own thoughts. It sounds easy, but this is the struggle that we're in right now. We need more spiritual warriors. The time is coming. But it takes one step at a time. Meditate. Focus. If there's something that you want out of life, focus on it. Build a sigil for it. Do a ritual for it. Focus on it. Don't get sidetracked or distracted. When you do get distracted, ask yourself, how does this help me achieve that goal that I've been working towards? Now, what was I talking about as far as thoughts being implanted into your mind? I don't necessarily mean, like the government is shooting beams and rays of information at you, which can be true, I won't put anything past this government. It probably is true with everybody getting these new updated boxes for their TV or whatever. I gave those up a long time ago. But anyways, what I do mean is the way that your conscious mind works, it is deeply rooted into the third dimension. It's deeply rooted in this reality. It's very connected to your body. Okay, this is another lesson that I was taught in Vipassana. Emotions arise from the sensations and feelings on your body. Okay, take something as simple as hunger. You can smell food, even faintly, and by the time it gets to your memory centers and triggers the emotions of eating delicious food, you're going to start to feel that emotion. Your body, you may feel pain, and that may trigger something else in your mind, and that's going to bring forth the propensity to be upset. You can be touched or grazed just the right way, and that will eventually lead to turning you on, and that will make you horny. You can, see something that reminds you of a happy memory, and these are sight. This is sight here. You can see things, you can smell things. You might have a touch, you might hear a sound, but these subtle frequencies that correlate with the five senses can cause your body to feel. Emotions are caused by the five senses. This is why, I even tell my son, in a manner of speaking, emotions aren't real. When I put him in timeout, he told me, "Oh, I feel sad," and I told him, emotions aren't real. What do you mean by that? I can change your emotions in the blink of an eye. I gave him back his game, and he began to smile. And I said, "See how quickly those emotions can change?" And I took it back. Now how do you feel? He was upset again. And I told him, emotions, they come and they go. They're like the wind, they're like the grass, they're like leaves. I don't consider those real. It's like the wind. And what was real is that he needed to clean his room, because regardless of how he felt, the task at hand needed to be completed. This is another reason why we must meditate. Because when we meditate, we begin to cut through the emotions that are illusory. How you're feeling, it's not true. It's a state of flux. It's an in-between. It can change. You know how to make yourself happy. You know how to make yourself sad. These things are superficial. These things are chemical. These are chemical reactions and triggers caused by the mind, caused by the body. So that's just yourself. On top of that, whenever you watch your TV or you listen to music or you drive around town or scroll through Facebook and Instagram and all these others, you're seeing ads, right? And they intentionally try to trigger emotional response because that's what helps the ad resonate with you better. Whether they're using a pair of breasts to sell a product, or they're using some poor kids in Africa who don't have water, flies all over their eyelids, to make you feel, empathetic or guilty, depending on who you are. These advertisements latch on to the emotions that they're trying to induce in you, and they try to reel you in and sell you a product. Now, regardless of whether you buy it or not, the side effect is your emotions are being played with. Distractions. That's all distractions are. Playing with your emotions. So with meditation, it helps us to cut through the noise and recognize what is not real and what is real. If you're upset, if you just sit down, count to 10, you cool off, right? Or whatever. If you just take the time out and to sit down and analyze your thoughts, you instantly begin to become less upset. Why is that? It's because you're separating yourself from being wrapped up by those emotions. And you're causing yourself to become present, to become here in the now. And while you're here, you begin to see that those emotions are not you. Those emotions are outfits that we wear and we change every couple of minutes. So, I implore you, before we can get into the serious magical workings, we need to have an attitude of focus. We need to have a sharp mind. We need to be able to not be distracted. Meditation is the first tool. One of the greatest